Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I don't know if you can tell, but these are super, super rainbowy. Welcome, welcome. My name is Katie. I don't say that enough. I just realized after many, many episodes, I don't introduce myself very much. I do kind of call my channel Planning My Energy. I mainly just kind of have it under my name. But yeah, I have a couple or several, a couple chronic conditions. And so planning my energy also as being neurodivergent and being very easily overwhelmed by things. Yeah, I guess planning is my outlet to keep track of all of those things I try to keep in my head, and I tell everyone I run into, don't try to keep it all in your head. Anyway, getting it all down on paper, something I can see all the time, something I can see at a glance. It's kind of like my dashboard. And we'll see if I'm sticking with this planner. I know I got a lot of people subscribing to my channel because of Sterling Ink, and I absolutely love their products. It's just that the take a note is really, really interesting right now. But we'll see. We'll see. I think I discovered between the pre-order and now is that I don't really need these single pages. I had planned on just a weekly for a very long time. The monthly is nice for appointments, future planning, but I really, sorry, I'm turning on my setting on my computer real quick, is that I would, in the Moxie Life, only have my weekly out, just in it was just always viewable at all times. And I'm not using this weekly as much because I was using dailies. Well, I'm going to return back to just the weekly for a while. I'm not going to worry about the dailies as much. I'll do, I need to do my reflections and my action items just because I do like the cadence, the pacing of the Moxie Life where you're reflecting every week. But I'm really not using these dailies how I thought. Sometimes there's complicated days, but I'm not really doing a lot of it. Anyway, as you can see, I'm totally flashing the camera here with all of these are from, well, these are scribble prints, but they came with the print pression that I bought, I think last year, and they were just getting rid of all of these. And I tried to use these last year. Was it 2 years ago? It could have been 2 years ago. And I've been meaning to use these ever since. And I thought, oh, well, let's try. And then next week I'll come back to that, all the spookiness stuff. So it's kind of nice. This doesn't have the Monday through Sunday like labels like some of the other ones did, because we don't need that. But I do want to use so this is WASHI. These are cut into strips. I don't know if you can see that. I just love the rainbow. But yeah, there's like little lines in there. So this is WASHI and this is WASHI, these kind of gravestones. Yeah, but I think because these are just slightly too wide, I was just measuring them. Even if I put like this, well, actually, the cut mark is here and here. Oh, like right before I was like, oh, well, here's the line and this is extending over, but it'll extend over the grid, but I think I might use, oh, there's a big old hair on there. I've been shedding. What was I using my tweezers on? There was like something on there. Was that last week? I had to fix my hair dryer, but I thought that was 2 weeks ago. Anyway, sorry. So I think these I want to put the spider web here, and I think I want to put like these down here. What I could do is like cut here and have the bats be somewhere else. These are super shiny, but let's see. Like if I put this up here, that like just makes it to the end. I'm kind of tempted just to cut this one straight in half and use this down at the bottom. I'm not going to be able to write on top of this unless I use like a Sharpie or something, and I don't really want to do that. So we're going to skip ahead. We're going to, let's see, because I kind of want to put my card here, but then have space, put that over top. That's my plan. So we'll pick a card first. And this is again, we're just super shiny. That's what we're doing this year, I guess, for Halloween. I haven't seen too many like really like rainbowy versions of Halloween stuff. So this will be fun. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Yeah, it's been a week over here. The highlights. I finally started my new med. I have noticed I'm more tired, but that's about it so far. I was really concerned that there would be a lot of side effects. There still can be because it's going to build up in my system for a bit. It is something that I think I might have to be on, if it works, all my life, rest of my life. But if it's like how it is right now and it's not doing a whole lot negative and it starts producing positive, then yeah. These are kind of shuffling in chunks here. I don't want to slam these on top because I love this black edge of the cards. So I'm trying to be a little careful, but they do kind of tend to stick more. So yeah, I started last Saturday, so it's been a week. I'm filming this on a Saturday. And really happy about that. The other health thing is I really messed up my knee. I mentioned it last week that it was causing me some problems. Well, it got worse over last weekend because I think it was healing. It's kind of like a Charlie horse meets plantar fasciitis. It's like, because I've had both, where plantar is like your heel really hurts, like you can barely walk on it and it takes a long time to heal. It's kind of like a runner's knee. It's on the side. And so every time I get up or try to sit down, it's just it hurts so bad. But the more you stretch it, like a Charlie horse, the better it becomes. And so I've been stretching. I looked up some stretches. And today I woke up and it's been really great. So I don't know exactly what I did last night. I had already put some ice on it. So I was just kind of like using my heating pad on it, stretching it, staying off of it a lot yesterday, although I walked around grocery shopping, but it's feeling better. I feel like I'm jinxing it though by saying that. I don't smoke anything, but I find. Let's see what this card says, and let's light the candle, huh? I forgot. I think I need to charge this a little more. Let's see, versatility. So I know it's kind of hard to see because shinies everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of what's been happening for me. 48, it's an air card. I also spent a lot of yesterday working on some spreadsheets for my son for getting homework done. And Yeah, he was like, wait, why would you want to buy like a Google sheet? And I'm like, because there's amazing people out there that make amazing sheets that can calculate all these things. And then he saw it and he's like, oh, this is cool. So we're hoping that it's a little motivating. So versatility, I'm just going to show the whole thing. So if you really want to just pause and read the whole thing there. May indicate a time when you are coming up against a lot of resistance, whether internally or externally. A lot of times we focus on one thing very intensely and push hard despite being shown that the timing is off. What can be helpful in these situations is to move on to other things so that the energy is freed up and you can go back to it when the timing is right. This card teaches us to be flexible and go along with what is being presented to us, even if it may not be what we want, rather than trying to force things that are not ready. It may also indicate a need for approaching the situation differently. If you don't feel it is about stepping back, examine how you can shift what is already there. Very interesting. And then cannabis teaches us how to find multiple uses and benefits with a single thing. True. I don't partake in many substances because then I feel out of control. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of those things. And I don't care that other people do. It's to each their own. And then fluorite, most people are struck by the shape that fluorite takes. Octahedron, 8 faces. So yeah, the rat has been proven that with versatility, you have staying power. Rats can be found everywhere. So staying power, multiple uses, multiple facets, versatility. That's kind of what I'm going to write here on the side. So I will write that and be right back. Okay, so let's see if my plan well, almost does. I think I can make this work. I think so. Let's try. Because once this is stuck down, it's not really coming back up. Yeah. Let's see if I can actually get it off of here. I can see the cut mark. Okay, here we go. Oh, they had kind of a die cut thing going on. Okay. I was like, why is some of it staying on there? They just had a bleed mark. Just had it go over so that. Yeah. So, see if I can get this on straight. As straight as can be. Let's see. Okay, that took a little brain power, but yeah. No, I like that. So that's one down. And let's put this one over here. This one's a little bit more freestanding. And so let's see, I'm going to put, I think the graveyard things down here. Oh, should I get, no. I was going to say, I have a black, like, let's see, is that where I want it? Well, it's going to be going down right there. Right on the edge. Tiny bit crooked, but for the most part. I was going to say I have black washi tape, but I just want to do all this kind of rainbowy. So this will probably only stretch one side. I have a feeling that this is not going to go as far as I think. So, well, we're going to start on one side. And we're going to see how it goes. So, yeah, that's about all that's going on here. Yeah, these just take a little bit more time to make sure they're kind of even. And then these are a bit wider than the Sterling ink columns, so it's going to keep going. And they're just going to be a little crooked. I mean, it looks pretty good, but if they get a little crooked, it's okay. So these are all little gravestones. Again, I don't know if I kind of showed that. There's little bats and little gravestones. It's pretty cute. But I tried to use them, I thought, for like the past 2 years. And yeah, see, these really stick. Oh, and yesterday, if you are a Sterling ink fan, I was quite shocked. Oh, that's going to be super crooked. That's okay. Catherine announced she had a second baby. Like nobody knew, which is fine. Like, keep it a secret, please. Like, just, you know, keep it with your family and keep it special. Like, but I don't think anyone had any idea that she was going to deliver so soon. Again, I'm not going to speculate on whether it was like early or anything. I mean, anytime during this last week or so is going to be during her shipping time of all these planners. It just is. So, yeah, just because I was just remarking like last week to myself, I didn't say it to anybody. It was like, how is this woman doing all this stuff? Because she's making stickers. And I mean, she does have a team, but not a huge team. Where do I want to put that? Over there. And yeah, the sticker kits, so many different kinds of kits of things. I'm just in awe about, and all these different versions. So this is kind of ghosty things there, if you can see them. Pumpkin heads, caskets, spiders, ghosts. Excuse me. And yeah, and I just was like, wow. Some people, you know, I'm not going to speculate on whether it was planned or not, because that is her business. Because things can just pop up in your life, or they can be completely planned. Like, that's maybe how she wanted things to be, because there could be a lull coming up with after everything's sent out. I hope. You know, she said she had some time. That her I know I'm kind of go up a hill here. But it's helping actually to line things up here. That her team was taking over and stuff. So I hope she gets to relax a little bit as much as a newborn will let you relax. I know those days are hard. And I think a lot of people do find that it's the toddler stage that's hard. For those who have had kids, it depends on the kid. It depends on your family. It depends on so many different factors. But I found, and what I hear a lot of women going, why can't I figure this out? What's wrong with me? And there's nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing. There's a lot of, it's really hard to get a lot of support during those times because it's toddler. And, you know, we may have extended family that can help out, but, oh, look at that. But there is a lot of burden on caregivers, and it can be hard. It can be really super duper hard. Okay, so I think I want to put the ghosty up here, but I think I'm going to cut them a little short. Let's see if I can do this straight. May not be quite straight, but it's as straight as it's going to be. And then put little ghosty. I feel like little ghosty should have a name. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to put them... Don't want to put it on the number. Yeah, like right there. Little ghosty. Super ghosty. Kind of bent because the paper's bent. Yeah, the paper's just kind of come up in the corner there. And then this spider web. Oh, this is, I thought this was a solid spider web. Oh, okay. This is more washi, which I can kind of put across the top here. And again, it's not going to go all the way, but let's see how far it goes. Let's see. That's pretty cool. Now I kind of wish, I think I want to put it even with this. Ooh. Back stuck too quickly there. Okay. Because if I put it up here, it's going to look a little off. If I put it here, I think it'll look a little better. And it'll still be functional for what I need it to be. Okay, we're gonna try that. I was considering making this week a going off another inspiration photo, but this is gonna be all over the place up here. But where did my last? Oh, there's one missing. I think it came that way. I think I'm kind of remembering now that I'm like, why is there like a whole sticker missing from this? And so that's probably why I'm only going to go part of the way here. And then, yeah, I think that's why I thought it was a square too. We're going to put this here, and we're going to figure something out to make this look a little bit more intentional. Let's see, we have a little ghosty we can fill in. Just want to get it relatively straight. Right here. Oh, I was going to ask if anyone has been watching any cool movies. I finally saw last night. I want to cut this one off a little bit here. Practical Magic. which I had been hearing so many people talk about. But I didn't realize kind of what it was about. Like, to me, there was it was a little low on the magic part. That was just my opinion, but there, that's not quite even. But let's see. Can I get? I don't think that's coming up. Okay, I was going to try to snip a little bit off and move it behind the ghosty, but oh well, that's just where it's gonna be. But it's very cool. It's a little chaotic, but it's cool. So yeah, we got to use all of these. That's all empty. Awesome. That was the goal. That was the goal. So these are just as rainbowy. And I wanted to try to use these for, let's see, for like dinner time. These will move around a little bit more. And I could overlap them, but I might need to trim these too. Let's see. Anyway, it seemed a little bit more like there's a lot of familiar faces that popped up of actors that I've seen over the years. Of course, Sandra and what's her name? But it was interesting. I was like, I kept looking at the one younger daughter, the technically the granddaughters of the two sisters. Well, the grandmothers kind of. And I was like, I know that younger girl. Who is that? Oh, it's Evan Rachel Wood. It's just cool to see sometimes some older things that people are in. Yeah, they did some spells, and I'm not looking for like constant like spells throughout. So I did talk about Halloween Town last time. I didn't realize there were 4 movies. So I watched them all. Well, I watched them while I was doing other things. But I was like, this keeps going. And the same main actress was in 3 of them. And then they swapped her out for the 4th one. But because she was supposed to be in college, and probably the actress was deemed too old, possibly, or she just said, no, I'm not interested in that anymore. I want to move on with my life. It's fine. It was I had to check the dates of when those came out. So the very last one, I think, was 2003-ish. And yeah, the original seemed like more mid-90s when it was like, I think more 1998 or 9 or something. But yeah, definitely nostalgia. I had never seen it before, so it was interesting to kind of, I think, at the time, my family didn't have the Disney Channel, so it was interesting to like we had the Disney Channel for just a tiny little bit. Let's see, I'm going to go over some of the bats here for, because we were in this really small town and we got it through an antenna of some kind, and we recorded things off of it so we could watch them. And it sounds like something I would do today if I had the chance. So there's the meals. I'm glad I'm not using any other colors or anything on this. It's just going to be kind of really fun. And so I'm going to flip this around and use this just as, let's see, do I want it up here so I can list some other things, or just, because my pill has made me more tired, I have been going to bed super early, like 10 p.m. To me, that's super early for a night owl. So I'm just going to put like med here, just check those off. And then I think I will put sleep and then water. So I'm just going to track them in these three. I know it's like up there and there, but yeah, I'll just do that for my little tracker. And now, so yeah, like right now, I feel really kind of like I got a good 8 hours last night, which I was really needed. But I'm thinking like, oh, I need to do my reflections in here. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do that excuse me, this recording. So what I will do is, Friday is off, I think. So I'll put in school times. Here and here. And then I'll put, I think I'll put it up here. No. Yeah, I don't really have a highlighter. They're all kind of like it is rainbow, but a lot of it has kind of a blue tint to it. So I'm kind of thinking maybe a blue. I can do teal, I guess, since I really don't use that one. I don't see the teal too much. I see more of the blue. Where's my blue? Here we go. Whoa. So one of these I'll use. Let's get, while those little dots dry. It is a recycling, so we are going to, yeah, I don't think the teal is going to work. I like the teal. I do see kind of a teal sometimes, but I think I see the blue more. Yeah. We're going to get Ridwell, right? It's a recycling week. Yeah. I guess I could talk about last week. And then Ridwell picks up here. And then we have recycle here. And then it goes out here, gets picked up there. For anyone new, I put this as, I put it out here and then it gets picked up and I bring the can in here. Recycle. And then midday on Thursday, about here, we look at our SB order, which is it's basically just milk delivery. It gets delivered Friday. So I think what I'll do, it's a little convenient, is I'll put this over top because that's where it's going. No school. So then it kind of covered the transition between those a little bit, and then those blend a little bit more. Sure, right? It's hard to see because it's like they're all just kind of glowing. It is what it is. Excuse me. And then there is Tuesday, here to here is my son's therapy. And then mine is here. I'm learning to put it in one square. Like that. I'm going to draw some lines. Oh, my magnet just stuck to this. Let's take the magnet out. Oh, did anyone see the eclipse? I slept through it. My son and husband saw it a bit here in the Seattle area. And my husband put kind of like it up on the TV, just kind of like the streaming status of it. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, I think I want to talk about just last week. How this last week is gone. Let's see. So reclaim. I'm just trying to think about where to start here. I don't know if it really applied this week, if it really helped. Again, excuse me. The cards that I pick are sometimes helpful and sometimes not. It's random. And so sometimes it can feel really, I don't know if the word is auspicious or just like, they can really coincide with events that are happening in your life. This one, definitely we were getting caught up on a lot of things. I would say this last week was more of a catch-up week. My son got really caught up on a lot of things since he was out 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And then taking my new med all week, getting a lot more sleep. Seemed to kind of be like a catch-up for us. Now, this evening, I just wanted to talk about, I had not had a Cobb salad for a long time. Because, I mean, you can throw whatever you want into a salad, but I can't have eggs or dairy. And so I found, I've been trying the Just Eggs for the last yearish. Yeah, it might have been a year ago. And then I tried tofu for a while. But I also found, it was a feta. I think they have a blue cheese version. Something your heart, trust your heart, something your heart, makes a dairy-free version of that. And so we got some chicken, some bacon, I also had not had a honey mustard and made my own honey mustard dressing. I hadn't had that for so long. So it was kind of like a special salad thing for this evening. But, yeah, so that was kind of fun. Let's see. I don't know if we'll have anything here. We do have, we're doing kind of a movie night tomorrow night. So I will put that here because my son really wants to watch The Great Pumpkin and the Garfield Halloween special, the one where they dress up as pirates. It's silly. It really is silly. To kind of go over this last week also, I didn't even use these pages. I tried to use like half the pages back here. I did a brain dump, but I was also super tired. So that's just where that is. I didn't do my reflections. I tried doing them on camera a week or two ago and it was pretty hard. So we'll just focus on the actions. It's going to be a repeat of a lot of these. So I did watch, the other show I wanted to talk about was Fright Crew. Krewe, I think. Was there an E on the end? It's kind of like Fright Night. I keep thinking Fright Night, but it's a animated series on Hulu. And with these kids who, high schoolers kind of, and it's interesting. I mean, I know there's been like a lot of scary animations out there, but it was almost to the point where my son could watch it. I would say it's a pretty solid PG-13 in terms of like scariness, because there's some demons and some things that go bump in the night, but not too bad. Like, I wasn't getting any, I wasn't too scared for myself. So, my son's a little sensitive to that. So that's why I say I don't think we'll have him watch that, because there was one little part where there was a bunch of spiders crawling around on people. But very small. And during that part, the other characters are like, you can get through this. They're just imaginary. Don't worry about it. And let's talk it through. Let's distract you. And it really was about being a team. They each kind of have powers because of something that happens in the first episode. So I liked it a lot. I kind of just played it in the background because it was kind of nice. I really don't normally play a lot of Halloween shows and things as much as I have this season. So it's just been nice to kind of go through some things. I was thinking about watching The Craft. I thought that would be fun. That's been a long time. I don't think I would watch any of the sequels. It's like the original, right? You want to get to the original. And what else? I think that was about it that I've watched so far. Did have therapy, and so this is like the second week here, second and third weeks here I've talked about this, where I get all my credit cards down to 0. So when it reports, it says 0. Again, if you have a pretty solid credit history, it really doesn't matter. It's just going to go up a point or two if you report $100, right? So it's just a thing that I do for me to make sure that I don't miss any. And that I just want to get them down to 0. So I did that this week. But there's always like groceries on there somewhere. So there is just one card that has our groceries from Friday. But I think everything else is good. Yeah, so I'll check that off. Again, the work stuff, I know. But that's why I have like when I was using Moxie Life, when it had the different sections, I would have, and maybe I should do that this next time. This is the spiritual color. It's like a teal. And I would say where I want to flow my energy, but it's more like, what do you want to prioritize? It's the same thing to me. You can have like, take the spiritual section and put spiritual stuff into it. I just didn't need to, because my spirituality, I pick a card. I know what's important to me. I watch moon cycles. That's as far as I kind of take it. And that's nothing I need to be reminded of. I do some extra reflections around the times of the moon. There's just like kind of a little writing practice I do, which I need to do this evening, actually. But I just took it as an opportunity to go, okay, so where under spiritual, where can I spiritually like flow my energy into? So that's kind of how I explain it. And so I think I need to start doing that again, because otherwise, to me, I'm not prioritizing things. They're just a list. So these things, I'm going to move forward. We do our furnace maintenance right around this time each year. I did do some deep cleaning. Like, it's more of like, not the super deep cleaning, but like everything's pretty good in the kitchen right now. So, but I want to do a deeper one. And I did not get to the podcast this week. I have something I want to talk about, but this week, because my leg, it just hurts so bad. Doing this now, I know about that and I know about that. So, I think what I'll do, since this is the week where I kind of have to flop back and forth, personal will be therapy again. It's just, do I want to write in capital, or what does my hand feel like doing? Uppercase. I think no, I do it one down. Okay. And I'll start the column here. Just get all my dot markers out over here. I think, whoa, wrong side of the marker. I was like, why is that so hard? Yeah, I was over one too many there. That's okay. I'll just put it in between. Being in pain is really hard. It really stifles a lot of your creativity and your want to go and do fun things. That is brown, so I don't need that. And I think I guess the point I'm trying to make is that once you're past some of the things that are stressing you out, like I was really concerned about this new med. I have been for months. I'm still concerned because it's still building up in my system, but I think the relief I'm feeling is making me tired. So kind of like when you drive a whole like long drive to somewhere and you get really sleepy because you're just like, oh, it was tired to drive, but also it was stressful. And that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. But I think the med is also making me a little sleepy too. Because I've usually been like, I want to stay up all night. I'm anxious about things, and like that anxiety is kind of leaving because I'm just so tired. So I just have to pace myself. I just have to like go a little bit at a time, see what is the most important right now. My son needs a lot of support. He's getting through the thick of it. He's right in the middle of it, and it's hard. It's really hard. But he's also doing it. He really is doing the best that he can. So we're trying to strike that balance. I'm trying to see if there's any extra accommodations we can ask for. We asked for quite a bit, but there is a little like pain point here that in one class, it's just like a little, for him, feels like a pain point. So I'm trying to see like, can we work through it so he can view it with a more open mind, or can we ask for an accommodation in that area? So that's kind of where I'm at. Fall shows, movies. I've been liking that. I think I want to light some more candles this next week. And to me, that's something I do want to write down because I don't want to kind of miss out on that. Like, they're fine in November, but I kind of like this October like feeling of it. Yeah, there's just something kind of special about that. Let's see. And then work stuff. I'm going in the order that I usually do for Moxie Life, so I really do want to get that podcast out. It's going to be about experiences, so I think that'll be good. And plan with me. I think there is, no, maybe by the end of next week, I might get my Sterling ink order. I'm like, whatever works for her, whatever for her team too. I haven't gotten any notifications because I ordered a standard, TN standard, and that's like one of the last ones, and A5. Now I know most of the A5s have been checked, but the TNs, I did not get the gold size on them. So she said that the gold ones are going to be like the very last bunch. She hasn't had the actual box get to her yet. So if I get it, it'd be like at the very end of next week would be the soonest, I think. Although her boxes come really quickly. So I might have an extra. I do want to do like one extra video next week though. So I'll do like a question mark. I know That's a really good thing to have on my radar. I know the end of the month is coming up here. So, okay. So I have the 29th. So actually, it could go up Halloween, and I could film on the Monday. Okay. So I was thinking I would have a reset video next week, and I actually don't. I don't, because I release them one day before. I've tried to do them like a week before. It just kind of feels a little odd. I just kind of like doing it the day before. So that's good to check, just to make sure. And then Shopify website. I need to get a little bit more clear on what that means, although I think I know. There's these two inserts I want to finish up first. Those are the two things I want to focus on first. Let's see. And then it's relationships. So it's my son's therapy. And then sometimes my husband and I do a little coffee time in the morning. So let's put that on there too. Actually, no. Red. Like that. And then it is health. So it's the new med, sleep, water. I'm not focusing on the steps right now. I'm letting my body, like, if it needs more rest to take an afternoon nap, then that's what I do right now. So this drug is making my immune system go down further. And so I may be around some bugs when I go grocery shopping real quick in the mornings. And so it may be that my body's trying to fight off something and it's just working harder to do so. So I have those. And then there's just the last couple credit cards next week to zero out. And then, yeah, I'll just list it as that. 0 on the credit cards. But all the other bills are paid. Yeah, and there's nothing big coming up next week. The week after there is, but not that one. And then this is where I usually in my Moxie life would do it, I would just label it as flow, and then I would point to that area. But I think I'm just going to list it, and it's going to be health and work. Just so I kind of know that if these other ones are sliding a little bit, if one of the credit cards doesn't get zeroed out, I'm not going to make a big deal about it. Or if something else, I don't get to watch as many movies, or my therapy gets bumped, like that kind of stuff, I know I'll still be okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then gray is my last one. Oops. I actually wanted to keep this one out in case I need anything else. These can go in. This can go in. There we go. That's a little better. Ooh. I'm in trouble. Okay. And then this. So I know there's a way to. There we go. So it's the furnace. It is, oh, is there something, it might be for Ridwell. There might be a special category to get rid of, and then the kitchen. Deep clean. We might do some of that tomorrow. which this kind of applies to since it's kind of the before and after mark for all my things. Let's see. Is there anything else? Simplify things. I do want to put things away. I think I'm going to call it that. Well, it's kind of like a declutter. I also have a present to get someone for the birthday, and I didn't put that up above. Put that right here. Actually, is there two? Oh, there's two. Two birthdays coming up. So, yeah, I think that's it. Again, I don't have the mental capacity to go through those right now. I've tried to do them even when I'm in a good place on camera, and it's just, whew. So I think that, yeah, I'm going to go back to these stickers for the last week. But these are feeling pretty good for fall, and these are definitely outside my norm, but I'm just kind of glad to use them up. And if I can tip it and just kind of have all the rainbows activated there. I do like the blue here because when I'm at this angle, and I do see it mostly on the screen, I do see a lot of blues like right in here. I see right here is showing up on the camera. There's some blues here, and then that's a yellow, and then these are oranges. So I'll see if I can use any more of these. I may not. I don't know. Down the side, that's what I wanted to do. That's why I had the blue out. I wanted to just put some dots down the side here. Because these go over, it's kind of throwing me. I'll just do them, kind of give some more space between them here. These are just my kind of priorities. That feels a little better. I don't use this space so much. I think that's it. I think we'll keep it there. Thank you everyone for joining me. It really does help me if you like and subscribe. I know everyone says it. Everyone says it. Oh, and I wanted to show this. I don't know if I showed this Ollie clip. It's a tiny one, but it has the moon phases on it. And I thought that was pretty cool too. Like right now, we're actually there. But it was kind of cool. I thought that I could keep it. Because here just started a new moon. And what I like to do is try to have this between the month. So I can kind of flip a little easier there. Put it there. So... And I think I do want to highlight these and have it so that if something changes, it just looks like that, because it does feel so much better to see. Although these colors all like work really well together, and it's going to be a little different for this spread, but yeah, so we won't have resets these days, but we will on the 31st, and I think that's it. As I was trying to say, please like and subscribe on your way out. It really does help. I think I'm probably going to jinx it. I think it's 482 right now. So 18 more subscribes, and then I can do some fun things. Although, I mean, that level is not going to be like this amazing jump. So when it comes, it just comes, just like my Sterling ink, planner. I do have 2 other planners besides that coming. One did say shipped out, all those from Australia, so I don't know how long that'll be. But yeah, I do want to make more than 1 video a week. I do. And I feel like we're getting a really good foundation put together for my son and for us and how everything's working. I'm getting this foundation of this med in my system and seeing how that works. And so that's a foundation for me to do other things at some point. I know I keep saying it, but at some point. Thank you everyone for being here. I really do appreciate it. I love to read your comments. I love to read, like if you're watching any shows, if there's a planner that's working for you, if there's something that you're just really jazzed about that's like working in your life. I love to hear those types of things. And I think it's important to sometimes voice our concerns and sometimes voice our likes and dislikes. And so I do welcome it because I do love having a different perspective. Like last week, someone said, oh yeah, I watch, things, because I made the comment of, I don't know who watches like planning videos from like a year ago. And the commenter was like, oh, I do all the time. And I'm like, oh, I was saying it from my perspective as like, I wasn't seeing too much value in my old videos. Not that other people's videos were worth it or not. That's not where I was coming from. It was from, I don't know if I would want to be watching my old videos because they're dated. And I experiment a lot with the designs of them. I don't have like this really beautiful artistic style, which I can see applying like season after season, or as they were stating, watching planning videos from like Australia during their fall. So you can be inspired by our fall time here. I thought that was brilliant. And I should do that more. I was like, oh, that's definitely a nice inspiration for me. I don't feel like I should. I feel like, oh, I could. And that made me excited about that. So I love those type of comments. I love it when people are like, hey, either don't knock that or hey, have you thought about this perspective before? Because I'm really open to changing my mind about things. I love hearing about just things that people do differently because I celebrate those differences. So, okay, that's it. Take care, everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye.